Welcome to another teaching tip of Mayo's Clinics, part of the Cafe Meeting Place, the place to go for all kinds of great ideas about teaching, about cooking, about food service preparation. It is the place for you to become a better teacher. And we all do the best we can as teachers. Sometimes we have better days and sometimes we have worse days. If you have a bad day, tune into teaching tips. It might give you a new idea, a new wrinkle or something to do, put you back in that positive spirit that you started with as a teacher and that you maintain almost every day. Remember that as a teacher, students want to know that we care about them. And it makes a real difference to show that you care. Because if you care about them and you respect them, they will respect you and they'll respect your knowledge. And then it's easier for them to learn from you. Today we're going to talk about teamwork. Teamwork is a really important aspect of the culinary field, of all food service enterprises, of hospitality, in any kind of situation, in any kind of organization. One of the reasons we're going to talk about it is because we say it's important, we know it's important, but we're not sure how to teach it, what to do with it, etc. So one way to do it is to role model being a team player. Show people that you know what it's like to be part of a team. Tell some stories from your industry experience about when you were part of a team, how you made the team do a better job, and how you stopped and all benefited from the experience of working on a team. Use teamwork examples from the industry, use teamwork examples from the class, so you can show how important it is and remind them. A second, and probably more important, is to teach about teamwork. And one of the ways to teach about teamwork is to think about the ripples on a water. I happen to be lucky enough to live on a river, and I see that water going like that. And RIPPLE is a great acronym to remember what's important about teaching teamwork for your students. The first one is relating to each other. What you've got to do as a team is to build a sense of identity, a sense of who people are, that you care about them, that you want them to do well, that it's part of what's going on. The second, I, is for inventorying. You've got to figure out what skills you have, what skills you don't have, what expertise, what people want to do to grow, to get better, what they want to do to strengthen their skills, etc., and how you might want to arrange the work accordingly. And arranging the work and planning it, the P, the first P, is really critical. Most teams start something, get in the middle of it, and do the work. They don't plan the work, they don't think about the parameters, the time, who they need to report their work to, they just start to do it. But that pause to plan really makes a huge difference. The other P is push. You've got to push each other. A team is only as good as someone inspires and pushes people to do what they thought they never could do. Ways they can get better, ways that they can get stronger, ways that they can stretch. And you know when you've worked with a really good team and they've created something you never thought was possible, how wonderful that is. When you've been in the weeds in the kitchen and all of a sudden the team pulls together, it's amazing what you can do. When you have to plan a huge catering event off-site and you don't have all the right equipment or all the right staff and you plan it well and you pull it together and everyone rises to that challenge, that's teamwork at its best. So pushing is really important. And then L is you got to lean on each other. You got to learn to trust each other. You got to learn that someone will take care of something and honor that they actually do it and that they follow it, because that's really critical. And the part that most people don't think about is evaluation. After you've finished your project or close to the end, evaluate the work you did, how well you did it, and how you all grew to be better. Because if you don't process or analyze your teamwork, you'll never get better at it. You do the same thing with stunning regularity over and over and over again. And as a team, you always want to get better, you always want to improve. We call it a debrief, we call it a deconstruct, we call it a review of what happened, etc., but that's really critical, both the content and the process, and it makes a difference. So there's the teaching part of it. And the third part is to evaluate. Putting students in teams, evaluating their teamwork as well as their product is really critical. You can ask them to give you comments about that. You can make comments about that. But make clear that part of the criteria for evaluating performance in your class is the quality of their teamwork. Do they support each other? Do they make a difference in helping everyone get better? I even talk in some of my classes, and research methods is not exactly the most culinary-oriented field, about teamwork and how important teamwork is. I talk about it in customer relationship management, which is clearly an important issue. So, if you talk about it, you tell anecdotes about it, you include your history about it, you actually teach the steps of teamwork, which is RIPPLE, R-I-P-P-L-E, and then you evaluate for teamwork, you have a chance to really build that set of skills and that commitment and that energy in your students. And you watch what happens, it will be phenomenal. So try it. See if it works well. You know, Mikey might even like it. Thank you for coming to our teaching tips today. This was a chance to talk about teamwork. I encourage you to check out other information and teaching tips at the website, www.cafemeetingplace.com. If you have any questions about teamwork or want to discuss it in any way, send me an email at fred.mayo@nyu.edu. Be glad to hear from you and be glad to respond. And remember, teaching is invigorating, it's creative, and it's fun. Thanks for stopping by.